Hi, I'm Vishal Bhardwaj.
Hi, I'm Wamiqa.
Hi, I'm Ali Fazal, and we're here to talk behind the scenes on IMDb.
Where is this money coming from, yaar? Tell me the truth.
That's a secret.
Tell us about the plot of Khufiya.
Khufiya is an espionage thriller. I won't say thriller, it's like more espionage drama, and there's a lot of layers just besides the espionage which is happening on the surface.
Is there a specific scene where you were surprised by your actor's performance?
There's a scene where, first time they confront each other. When we shot the scene first day, we made a mistake because, she gets hit on her forehead. And when I saw the rushes, I realized that the wound, mark of the wound is not clear, and it will feel like that the months have passed or weeks have passed. And I wanted that to be like an incident just after 2-3 days. And I was very, very conscious of that, that while you shoot, a phase comes where you start doubting everything around you, whether you are doing right thing or not. Now when I see the rushes, it is not that visible. It's very subtle, but that moment I thought, I'm making a mistake. And it was an emotional scene which was done really well by both of them. So I insisted that since the wound mark has to be on her forehead, so we took her scenes. And in that what happened, because we had edited the scene night before, I found a few more nuances can be added to Wamiqa's performance as well. So we reshot that scene and she did it so well over there because those nuances, and I thank God for that, that I'm going to reshoot that scene because those small piece where she says कि जहाँ ऐसा ना करो जहाँ. Yeah, so वो एक छोटी सी चीज. And then in the same scene we were shooting Ali's OS only because Ali's performance, and he didn't have to have any mark. To get her performance right, he performed exactly the way he had performed the night before, with that intensity on his back shot. So it was so generous of him.
What challenges did you face in adapting Escape to Nowhere by Amar Bhushan?
Yeah, every adaptation has its own challenges, This one had that it was lacking human personal story. It had a solid plot. It was lacking a third act. It had a very good, clean, cold, detailed account of an espionage operation by an intelligence agency, the counter-espionage unit of an intelligence agency. What was exciting for me, to create the humanness, the relationships of people, and bring the conflict in them and explore the human psyche. So, pump in all that into a very strong espionage plot was a very exciting thing for me.
What's unique about Vishal Bhardwaj's process according to you?
I said this before also, that pata nahi, for some reason it's not the biggest and most explosive scene of the film for me. लेकिन एक बड़ा छोटा सा वो hospital में जो scene है, मैं भाग के आता हूँ और तुम्हें कहानी सुना रहा हूँ. And I remember that was maybe my first day, I think.
Oh yeah, it was the first day of shoot, yeah.
Same.
Correct. And that day I took the line and maybe it was okay. Then sir came and said कि ना अली कहानी सुनाने से पहले ना तुम्हें गाली दे देना. तो मैंने कहा गाली मतलब ठीक है, तुम्हें सोच लिया मैं गाली दे के सुना दूँगा कि साला कुछ ऐसे. बड़ा odd लग रहा था मुझे. लास्ट मिनट सर ने आके बोला अब वो सिर्फ दिमाग में देना है ना, असली में मत देना. आई डोंट नो व्हाई दैट इज स्टक इन माय हेड. ऑफ कोर्स देयर वर अदर मेनी सीन्स वेयर देयर वाज अ लॉट ऑफ अदर काइंड्स ऑफ, आई कॉल इट ब्यूटीफुल मैनिपुलेशन बाय हिम, बट वहाँ पे माय टोन चेंज्ड ऑफ द लाइन नेवर चेंज्ड.
अब अच्छा, ये वाले सीन में भी जहाँ पे बाथरूम वाला सीन, अब उसमें बिकॉज मैंने तो शादी भी नहीं की है अभी तक सर, तो मुझे तो ऐसे में आई वाज तो प्लेइंग अ मदर, वो जो एक माँ का बच्चे से बिछड़ने का वो जो पूरा क्या फीलिंग होती है, आई थिंक व्हेन मे बी बिकम अ मदर देन ओनली वन कैन अंडरस्टैंड. सो ही टोल्ड मी कि वो ऐसे था कि वो उस रूम में तुम्हारा बच्चा है एंड दे गोना टेक हिम अवे, एंड मे बी आई जस्ट कुडंट कनेक्ट टू दैट इमोशन एट दैट टाइम. और मुझे पता नहीं था कैसे, आई वाज जस्ट ट्राइंग वो ऊपर से. तो ही टोल्ड मी यू इमेजिन, बिकॉज he knew that I'm closest to my father. So he told me कि imagine वो कह रहे हैं कि तुम्हारे father को ले जाएंगे and you'll never be able to see him again. That just triggered me,
What's it like working with Tabbu?
First thing is that Tabbu is a very fine actor, very nuanced actor. She's a very sensitive person. She has a solid sense of humor. So, all these things make her you want to work with her, and, a beautiful woman who is very sophisticated in her performance. On top of that, I have such a, deep understanding with her, like a soulmate, it's that kind of understanding where now we don't have to speak many things to each other, and we know what we mean to each other or what we are meaning to each other. So it's that kind of understanding I have with her. So it's very rare and you make these kind of relationship. What happens, the people you work with, sometimes you don't like them as people, but you like them as actors, so you work with them. But if this kind of combination happens, that deep, very deep understanding with a very nuanced actor, then you want to work with them again and again.
Did you face any challenges while you were playing your character?
Challenges, एक तो पहली बार I was working with Vishal sir, so obviously I was very nervous and excited. My character is very complex, जिस तरह की journey है उसकी, तो वो difficulty थी to just understand her the way she is. और उसके बाद की जो उसकी journey है in the second half of the film, that's just too heartbreaking. I remember we were shooting the second half of the film in Canada also. I think I was the most vulnerable doing those scenes. Yeah, तो एक यही challenge था कि ये हो जाए, थोड़ा बहुत justify कर दूँ इस character को.
It's like, again, there was a moral conflict for me, right? And I suppose any character like that, somebody playing will have in their right minds. So, you jump into it, you play off the characters that have been created. हम सब अपनी life में अपनी life के hero होते हैं, protagonist होते हैं. So you have to justify everything you do. You could be a really shit person, but that's the perception outside, not within you. Within you, you are, everything you touch is for the right reasons, or do is for the right reasons. That's how I looked at it. I got a lot from Sir on set, and whatever I could give, my biggest learning has been listening on the set.
Do you use IMDb? What's been your experience using it?
Amazing.
अरे मैं तो पता है 10 साल हो गया मुझे बॉम्बे रहते, और 10 साल में मैंने कुछ 9 घर बदले हैं, तो सब मेरे ओनर्स को जो प्रोफाइल जाती है उसमें IMDb का लिंक भेजते हैं.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's so useful that you get to the artist. I got one artist in Rangoon because of that. It was such a fun to talk about behind the scenes on IMDb about Khufiya.
Please contribute to the trivia, reviews and ratings on imdb.com.
Please watch Khufiya on 5th of October only on Netflix.